I broke my glasses this week, and which is
This
why
isn't a bit.
no, everyone thinks it's a bit.
For
Okay,
the folks at home, Mondo has what I can only describe as a 90s cartoon amount of white tape in the middle of his glasses, like a dork who got punched in the face in the previous, before the commercial break.
It is costume shop quality. It is like Spirit Halloween nerd costume level looking ass.
Yeah, it's definitely giving. I just Googled nerd and I'm covered in Shutterstock fucking watermarks right now. My favorite part is I keep having meetings. I work for an ad agency and I keep having meetings with clients, and I have to start out the meeting by being like, hello, first and foremost, this is not a bit. I'm not a dork. I'm not a nerd. I'm actually so strong that when I was cleaning my glasses, I snapped them in half. I'm a strong man.
You Lenny'd your glasses.
Yeah. Yes.
They were just so pretty. You wanted to love them and pet them and squeeze them and hug them. Yeah.
Look at the bunnies, Lenny. Okay, now look at the second bunnies. Now look at the first bunnies. Now the
Which one's
second
better?
bunnies.
That's
Which
very
one's
good.
Bunnies
Which
one or
one's
bunnies
better?
two?
Bam. All right, you guys ready?
Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the only podcast that won't let you know its phone password code. It's boyfriend material. The only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. I am your loving boyfriend, Armando Torres, and joining me as always, we have
Your woodland nymph boyfriend here amongst the trees, communing with the fairies.
about to rent a U-Haul from the Keebler elves, Andrew Roses.
I'm doing a daring cookie heist. They won't even know what hit them.
And of course,
Your third boyfriend who's wearing our new merch available now at all Six Flags. Grit. I got this sweatshirt. It says boyfriend on it in like the Friends font because Warner owns everything at Six Flags.
oh,
Right.
Yeah.
do they have a Friends roller coaster?
No, but everything is like DC Comics themed.
Oh.
Could you be this tall to ride this ride?
Which is interesting because okay, I've been thinking about this a lot ever since I went to Six Flags a week ago. They've always had the Warner Brothers, they've always had the WB stuff there. But WB did not always own DC. So there was always Looney Tunes and there was always like Superman ride, Batman ride, all that stuff. And now they are one big corporation. So I wonder if this has just been like a really slow burn.
Yeah, I think they should definitely start pivoting to like Warnerland, like start competing with the mouse.
You want to ride the Succession ride?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I
Yeah.
wanted to, it's a log ride, but it's filled up with Logan Roy's piss.
Yeah.
It's a VR experience of the parks, of running the parks and cruises division. You have to hide all the bodies.
Yeah. When you get your picture at the end of the ride, Kieran Culkin is doing that little squinchy face sitting at the table.
They have a paid actor standing in a high-rise window way up there jerking off. He's just there the whole time.
No, it'd be funnier if it's an animatronic. When you get up, there's just an old man telling you to fuck off to go to the gift store.
I do. I haven't stopped thinking about the Friends roller coaster. We just call it the life and times of Matthew Perry. It goes up and then for a long time it goes down.
I mean, yeah, it goes underground. It goes down. So
it goes underground, but then it starts to go up and then the ride just ends abruptly.
Too soon, some might say. Some might
Way
say too
too
soon.
soon.
Way too soon the ride ends. Yeah.
Way too soon that joke was told.
What are we doing bits like Yoda now? Way too soon that joke was told.
I've never seen Friends.
Well, if you like homophobia, check out the show Friends because my God, is that show's 90% of that show's jokes is just gay panic.
Oh, I love that.
It has not aged well at all.
Oh, that's funny because all I know about that show is that there's a character where the writers wrote him as gay.
Yeah, his name is just Gay, right?
Yeah, no, it's one of the main guys. They were like, we wrote him as if he were gay, but just dated women.
Huh. Joey?
Chandler?
Phoebe?
Phoebe, that's it. Yeah.
I think it's Chandler. Is that a real name? Am I saying a real name of a Friends character?
Yes, you are.
I think so. I don't know. I don't really watch Friends. Friends is one of those shows, much like Frasier, that I would call too white to be relatable to me.
Yeah, well, I think it also missed you. Like the Friends is such a Gen X show. Like it is like Gen X / elder millennial show.
I see.
And then like of course The Office supplanted it as being like
The millennial show. I've not seen that one either.
Do you know they wrote Michael Scott to be gay and they just made him date women?
Yeah. But chances are, if you're in a relationship, you've watched both of these shows.
Depending on who you date, too. Like, again, white women.
I see. That's why I haven't encountered them.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of shows that I've watched. I've watched some Friends. I dated a couple of Friends fans. I dated a lot of Office fans.
No.
The worst one for me is I seem to keep dating Gilmore Girls.
Nope.
Unacceptable.
None of these. I've missed all of these.
It's just a whole like era of shows where I guess story didn't matter.
Okay, so these girls of Gilmore, for most of my life, I thought it was the show Charmed. Which I also haven't seen.
A better show, actually, if you ask me.
Again, when they came out, my mother was like a Buffy Xena watcher, and I think they all came on the same channel, but she didn't watch the other two. But in my head, it was like one show, just like a bunch of like brunette women doing things.
Yeah.
And I could not tell you anything past that.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a lot of brunette women doing things.
Honestly, you walked into any executive's office in the 90s and say, I have a show to pitch you, and they say, what is it? And you go, it's brunette women doing things. They were already writing the check. They were writing the check at brunette and then signed it when you said doing things.
Women? Wait, they're doing what?
Things?
20% of every episode takes place at a coffee shop, so I got a $20 million signing bonus because of that.
I only recently in the past year, like 12 months, have watched Sex and the City. So that's also new for me. But only like the problematic episodes that don't hold up.
I've never seen Sex in the City before, and to me that show is a bunch of blonde women doing guys.
Yeah,
very close. Two blonde women.
Guys are technically things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. It's Miranda, it's Carrie, it's Chandler, right? And they just run through New York City.
Yeah. Oh man, all 5 boroughs, like fingers on a fist.
Yeah, that's what they call the group when they're all together.
Yeah.
The 5 fingers of fucking. They do the thing from Kill Bill, and then your fucking balls explode after you take 5 steps.
Yeah, the Wu-Tang Clam.
And by the way, we just want to say, Warner, if you're interested in making a boyfriend material ride at Six Flags or wherever that shit is, hit us up, dude. Come on, get us in there, baby.
Yeah, rehire us.
Yeah, dude.
Make us a new line item.
You're still actually trying to catch the Joker though on it, weirdly. You're still trying to like hunt down that pesky Riddler.
Well, if you're new to the show, the way that it works is you send us in some questions about your dying relationships and horrible, I guess, methodologies for dating people, and then we make it worse for you. Our first question comes to us from somebody in some real fucking danger.
Oh.
My fiance has a son from her previous marriage, and I love her and her son a lot. However, my stepson-to-be has started drawing terrifying things at school. So much so that my girl was called in to talk to the teacher. I feel like I'm in the first act of a horror movie. How do I make sure I'm not going to be murdered by a possessed child?
Well, here's the thing. You are.
Accept your fate.
Accept your fate. Acceptance is where we have to start. If we're going to answer this question at all with any realism and actual help, is that you have to accept the fact that you will be murdered either by a child or a poltergeist possessed child. So
Damien, why did you leave out these toys? I told you to pick them up. Oh, they're leading me on like a trail of breadcrumbs over to this shed with an ominous bear swinging light bulb. I should be fine.
I would say if you have like a dog or a cat, just go ahead and rehome it.
Preemptively rehome
yeah.
it before you find it like in the oven.
Hey, has boarding school ever not worked for someone?
Smash cut to millions of molested Brits. I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah, I also feel like sending them on to a boarding school makes them stronger because it gives them a hatred for humanity. You know what I'm saying?
We want him to not get murdered, though, by a child. So by the time the kid comes back, he'll get murdered by an adult, but he's got like years.
Sure, it's fine if we make a new Charles Manson as long as I get out alive.
Right, exactly. And guess what? That's later. I'm mortgaging my future, right? This is about preservation now.
Yeah, they're living their life the way I live my life, which is like I put salt on fucking everything. I'll put that shit on bacon because I got so much debt brewing in the future that I don't want to live to see that shit through.
Okay, you got a creepy kid. Murder is one option. That kid's gonna kill you one day. Whatever. That's an option. You haven't thought about the positives, which are you gave birth to the next Tim Burton.
Ooh.
You're gonna be living the high life. You got a weird little creepy kid. He's gonna monetize that, and now you get to be rich off of your son. So what about that?
Get them into claymation.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was it son or stepson?
Stepson.
Okay, sorry.
It is either that you are the stepdad to the Antichrist, or he's gonna get really into like heavy metal in high school and go that route.
And then in the ironic twist of swinging pendulums, will then get really weirdly conservative in like his like mid to early 30s.
Yeah, start working with Kanye West a lot after he comes up with worse opinions.
I feel like you just got like a weird one. Like it's like you just got like a weird one who's probably gonna have like a very fulfilling creative life and just make some really upsetting art. But like other than that, like ride the vibe. And if he's the other kind of creepy kid, yeah, all I can really think of is boarding school. I don't know. What do people do with their kids when they don't like them?
I think, well, hit them mostly.
Casey Anthony? What?
Yeah, just leave them in a hot car.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store, park in the hottest part of the parking lot, and leave a sign that's like the AC's on, he's listening to his favorite song, and there's just claw marks on the inside of the window.
And that song taps.
Yeah.
Or, hear me out. You do the reverse, and you make a trail of his favorite things. Just leading him Acme style off of a cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as he doesn't look down, he'll be fine.
Oh,
why are my toys leading to a big red X in the middle of our street during rush hour?
Why is that shadow getting bigger?
I think you've tapped into something really nice here, which is that we have to figure out how scary. You know what I mean? Like how scary is this shit?
Absolutely. I was gonna say I want to see the drawings because like in my mind, like it's the dad in the movie version of this. It's the dad like flipping through the different drawings, and they're just like unbelievably graphic and disturbing and completely fucked up, and then smash cut to the dad having like an art son at like a gallery opening in New York, like trying to use his son as like an outsider artist.
That's one option. You get Tim Burton kid, you get a really cool artistic kid, you get a heavy metal death metal black metal kid, or
look, you keep saying Tim Burton kid, but all I see in my mind is the girls I went to high school with who have a Jack Skellington tattoo now.
Yeah, he's gonna.
That's not like a good thing.
He's gonna make the next Jack Skellington. It's time.
I think we're also forgetting the back nine of Tim Burton's career. How we're just like, oh yeah, he made all that cool stuff, and then a bunch of real crap.
But it was stylistic crap. Here's the thing.
Yeah, great stuff.
I agree with Armando. We need to know what the spectrum is.
What's your line? Like at what point, like if here's me personally, me Armando, the non-murdered guy, I feel like as long as I'm not personally in the photos that are being drawn, then I'm good. However, as a stepfather, it's gonna hurt a little bit that you're not in the photo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, imagine seeing the worst one ever, the worst drawing, and it's like, mom slain, head off, blood everywhere. Dad slain, head off, blood, guts all over the room. Window, Michael, completely fine, outside, not at all.
Looking in.
Like, at a certain point, I'm like, no, I want to be murdered too.
Look at me, look at me, enough to kill me.
How come I'm not in any of these murder drawings, man?
This guy's got a little Dexter.
Flash forward 5 years down the line, you've gotten them through so many rough times. You helped them fund money for their first claymation video. As they're moving out for college, you're helping them put stuff away. You find one more fucked up, awful drawing, and it's you slain, guts hanging from the ceiling, a fan spinning, like your fucking guts are like, what do they call them?
Hellraiser
Paper.
shit. Yeah.
Hellraiser shit. Absolutely. And it says Michael crossed out with blood. Dad.
Oh,
I'm waking up.
I was gonna say Mentos freshness. Like you have that like dun like nice job, Dad. Just like like one tear hits the red watercolor and it just kind of runs a little bit because like it's really moving.
I feel like if I'm not in the photos, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm that character that tells other characters like, hey, something's fucked up here. Like first of all, we shouldn't have named him Damien. That's too on the nose.
Yeah. But that's our bad.
Yeah, that's our bad. Secondly, like, we need to do something, and if the drawings get worse, then you're able to dip out. Like, you're not blood in, blood out in this family either.
Do you think you can trick the kid into trusting you by pretending to also be a psycho?
Ooh, like you start leaving your own fucked up drawings all over the house.
Yeah, like a little real recognize real, and then he confides in you, and then you can find out what's what. Like maybe you just like I don't, you can leave like a squirrel tail in your backseat of your car, something like that. Maybe like you get like some raccoon bones and sprinkle them around the yard.
Just sitting in bed with your wife at night, she's like, have the half moon readers looking at bills. Honey, our red crayon budget is through the roof. What's going on around here?
So what goes? Jesus.
Yeah, like I agree with you, Armando. If I'm not in the pictures, great. Have at it. Tremendous. I think it's a scale, right? It's like, you know, essentially scribbled drawings of like the Hat Man or something, like a dark figure, red eyes or something, and you're like, okay, that's kind of fucked up. The next step I would say is a person that like kind of looks like you. Like there's like a drawing of a man and it's got the Odd Job hat written on there, and Odd Job is, so you're like, okay,
Misspelled.
that's a little harder to ignore. And then when it's like straight up labels like arrow pointing to the guy that's been like disemboweled and it just says Armando ! It's like, okay, well at this point I know this is like there's little room for interpretation here. I'm definitely getting slaughtered.
I'm unlocking a core memory of my childhood where I got angry at my stepdad when I was younger, and I drew a picture of me beating him up and left it so that they could find it.
Is that the one you beat up?
Well,
life imitates art. What can I say?
certainly, I'll say at the very minimum, certainly not at the same time the drawing was created.
It's more of a memory, really.
Yeah, it was more promotion for the fight.
You made a flyer for your own domestic incident.
It's still like on backwards cutesy R's. It's like in like really rough crayon drawing. It's like, oh man, this is a really crazy drawing Armando did when he was a kid. It's like, that was done last week. He's really bad. He's very...
Yeah, send him to art school.
Yeah, I feel like, here's the thing. Right now, we're starting on step 1. Like, the drawings are creepy, but honestly, it's too early to tell. You're not going to know. The problem comes when things get ramped up. Like if you're looking at the drawings and then one day you find a shoebox and inside is like a kitten dead, done. You know what I mean? Like
that's when you got to start worrying.
And I think the worst thing that could possibly happen, worse than any of this, finding a flyer for an open mic comedy night. That's that means he's getting interested in comedy, and there's nothing worse.
There's no turning back from that.
There's no, you got to put the institutionalized rubber room, something, lobotomy, whatever. Something's got to stop that.
Yeah, that, or they reach middle school and they start incorporating their sonic Sona into the scary drugs.
Oh God! Oh, that's literally just Christian. That's literally just Christian. Oh God! You could just, hey, hear me out. You just split, and then you just set that Google alert, and you wait. See what happens.
Man, I think something that I'm just now realizing is fucking me up is the idea that this is like a kid from another marriage is what you've been told. But like, what if it was an unholy union? You know what I'm talking about? Maybe
little Rosemary's baby.
Yeah, What if you're Rosemary's stepdad, dude? Come on.
Rosemary's baby stepdad.
Where's Rosemary's baby daddy? That's never I really do love the concept of Rosemary's baby daddy. Like, I love the idea that you are the stepdad that came after Satan. You know?
Yeah.
And you just have to sit through kid pickups where he's like, "Hey, Dave, yeah, no, things have been going good down here. Yeah, no, ever since your mom, came down, we've been having a lot of fun too."
It's like, okay, Satan, I'll see you next week at the drop off.
Yeah, no, Satan. Yeah, she said she doesn't want to talk to you anymore, and so I'll be doing the pickups from now on.
Oh, and can you please stop buying the generic sodas for the soccer meetups? No one likes it. Everyone hates it.
No, and I know that you have a 40% stake in Shasta Cola, Satan. Yeah. I know that you do.
Yeah. It's no secret you're in the pocket of big Dr. Thunder, but come on now. We're trying to keep appearances up here. This is really bad. The kids make fun of him.
He's been learning some language, and I know that he's picking it up from you, mostly because it's Aramaic, and I can't speak it.
Yeah.
It's a dead language, and when I hear it, it makes my brain hurt. So please stop teaching him that.
Also, could you house train the dog Pazuzu? Could you please house train our three-headed Cerberus dog? Yeah, it's pissing and shitting everywhere.
I get that it was like a cool gift for a dad to give their son, but it's kind of weird when we have full custody, like it's do you get where I'm coming from at all, Satan?
It's two now. Yeah, I'm being foisted 2 responsibilities now. Come on.
Yeah, 3 even, because this motherfucker he's got 3 heads, dude. I think you'll be fine. If anything, just start working out.
Yeah. In front of the kid. Like, let him know. You got to let him know that you're getting, like, buff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It will most likely be fine. It's probably just a phase. Unless we are talking about a white male child, in which case I would not. The odds are against
that's
you.
Fair. Although
historically, the odds are against you.
If they are, I would say just get the number for a military recruiter, and then you're fine, and then you're good and chill. Actually,
honestly, that might be the way to see if he fails military school.
Ooh.
Put him down.
What the fuck?
That's like an indicator. That's why there's never serial killers in the military, because they can't follow instructions.
What are you talking about? There's so many serial killers in the military.
No, that's like Jeffrey Dahmer couldn't even stay in the military because he couldn't stop being weird.
Hold on.
They didn't even kick him out for murder. They kicked him out because he kept eating all the ether.
Dude, I think about this all the time about how, like, I wish I could quick save on a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could quick save on the idea.
You want to save Scrum a kid?
Yeah, I want to save Scrum so that as I'm raising my child, they don't grow up to do some fuck dumb shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like, look, I get to 5 years old and then my kid's just like, I want to be a YouTuber. And I'm like, well, I hate you. I don't even want to be your dad anymore. I can't just fucking leave. I can't just leave and get out of there.
You just open a new save slot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll go back to when I was 3 and then I'll tell them the internet doesn't exist. And then it's fine.
Oh, man, if only. God, sounds great.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think you just have to weigh how much you love this woman versus how willing you are to be murdered.
Yeah, how good that dome?
How good?
Yeah.
First of all, how that throat game? Does that mean that? Listen,
Yeah.
all this is to say you'll be fine.
It'll probably be
He'll
fine.
probably be fine.
And if not, we'll read about you in the news. See you in the funny pages.
All right. Our next question is actually pretty grounded in reality compared to the last one where we just said they were going to die. I've been going out with this guy for a few weeks and he hasn't made a move to ask me to be his girlfriend yet. We are mid-distance, and he already wants to make plans a few months in advance, but I've had to make all the first moves so far. How can I get him to ask me to be his little baddie, his boo thing, his pookie, if you will?
Okay, real quick, read the first sentence again.
Uh,
They've been going out for a few weeks?
yeah, I've been going out with this guy for a few weeks, and he hasn't made a move to ask me to be his girlfriend yet.
Well, yeah, because
You've been going out for a few weeks. That's like,
Yeah.
what are you, 12? Like, we held hands in the fucking playground. I'm your girlfriend now? That's psychotic.
I feel like Andrew is a girl that he's been dating for a few weeks. And she's been dropping hints, and he's using this as his
This is my springboard to be like, a man just needs to be free. No, yeah, that's ridiculous. That's
a few
insane.
weeks sounds like less than a month,
Yes.
which I feel like that's not even enough time to go on enough dates to know if you like someone as a person.
Interesting.
Yeah, they said it was mid distance, so this is not even probably like a month.
Yeah.
This is not even like that month honeymoon phase when you're young dating and you're spending all your time together and you like basically like overdose on each other
Yeah.
and then like oh, we're totally boyfriend and girlfriend. You can't get swept up in that bullshit.
How far is mid distance?
I think it's
Did they say, or is it just?
I think mid-distance denotes that it's a bit of a drive. You know what I'm saying? Like Austin to San Antonio, LA to San
Okay.
Diego. Like
Okay.
it's not a drive that you can just like hop over to the other person's house real quick. But you don't have to take like a plane or a train or something.
Yeah.
I would define mid-distance dating as if one of us goes to the other's place, it's a far enough drive that I'm staying there. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like if I go to your, like you come to mine, I go to yours, I'm staying there for the night. I'm not just going down there for the day and coming back. This is like something that requires like a little bit of planning. It requires an overnight toothbrush scenario, something like that. You know, a little Dobb kit, something in the car, change of clothes.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
$10,000 cash, untraced bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, silenced pistol under the fucking driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm bringing a shovel.
Bag of quick lime, a tarp.
Okay.
You know.
I'm bringing all those scary drawings of me and my stepdad. Okay, I agree with you. I do think it seems a little like shoon to be worried if this person, you know, to even know if you should date this person. However, I get as a romantic, look, baby, as a sweet little romantic, I get moving quickly, having these feelings, being pretty sure. And also the thing that gives me pause is he already wants to make plans a few months in advance, but I've had to make all the first moves so far. So it is showing intention that this person does want to like date and do bigger things, etc. But hasn't shown, I guess, any interest in making the plans for the now, or showing any interest in taking things more seriously while also showing that there is intention to do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess saying they want to without showing intention really is the problem.
I think I have a solution,
Mm-hmm.
and it involves a little bit of subterfuge.
Okay.
You are going to pretend as if this is not eating you alive inside.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do what I call making them fall in love with you. So,
Okay.
and listen, you're gonna do the phone calls, you're gonna do the text messages, you're gonna do the little tiny, oh, I was thinking of you, whatever, like all that dumb shit. And you're gonna do it for like another month.
Uh-huh.
By then, you will have manipulated him into wanting you to stay inside of his life, that he will then ask you to be your girlfriend, probably. I'm saying fucking wait. What are you doing? It's a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I just like what you're describing is a relationship. Like what you're
Yes.
describing is dating.
Yes.
And
It's
starting
only been a couple
relationship.
of weeks, dog. Give it a second.
Yeah, give it a fucking breath, dog.
I really thought where you were going with that was just fucking skill issue, dude. You're just not doing it but good enough.
Just wait.
Just wait. Kind of going back to what you were saying, Armando. There's something very like making plans for like months in advance is cool. It's like romantic. It shows the intention. But the other thing about like making long-term like plans, like we should get away together, like maybe like in like a few months, maybe around like November or something. It's like, yeah, that's all well and good. But it also means, again, it has all the overtures to being like having, commitment, but it requires nothing of you at the time.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it really is. It's emotionally kiting a check. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're really writing something that you can't cash now or have no intention of cashing ever. It's just kind of like it gets you all the credit, but it requires nothing from you. So it feels a little cheap. So. The effort, I would say there needs to be some effort demonstrated in the here and now for things to...
For you to even want this person to actually be your boyfriend
Yeah.
or to ask
Correct.
you. I think that's all well and good. My advice to you is get really good at coding, okay? Like really just awesome at app programming. And then you're going to make an app that's essentially like... we'll call it Kyle's Only. And it's only for Kyle's. It's where the tagline is where Kyle's meet hot fucking baddies with a thick ass. And you spend, I'm going to say $2,000-$3,000 to target ad your guy specifically. Everyone on the app is you. I guess you could also do this by creating a bunch of bot accounts on Tinder and Bumble, but that seems ludicrous and like too much work. So I say just build the app yourself. Basically, you're going to see what this guy is telling everyone else, and then you're going to put all of that information into a spreadsheet and find the average and become the perfect person that he wants.
And this is all to see if you possibly want to be in a relationship with this person.
No,
so this is
no. This is you transforming the entirety of your personality so that you can date this person.
Oh, it's airtight.
What if you just like make all of these different profiles and then you're then gaslighting him into thinking that all women are essentially you and that he's already found you, so then he better just go ahead and lock it down.
I don't know. I don't even know how you would get somebody to ask somebody to like
How do you ask someone to ask you to be their girlfriend?
yeah, like I don't know. I'm trying to think back on every time I've ever asked somebody to be my girlfriend, and unfortunately it's a lot. And almost every single time that I've ever asked, it's been this incredibly cheesy but genuine moment where I'm like, I'm lying in bed, or we're out at a park, or like we're doing something really nice, and I look over and the light hits them just right, and I realize to myself, like, damn, I really like this person. I'm going to ask them to be my partner. And then I do it. So I guess invest in good lighting really is the biggest thing. Like invest in like set it, like get your fucking poses right. Like learn how to do it so that it looks like you're just like reading something, but the light is hitting you perfectly so that you just look like a movie star.
And that just activates the lizard brain of what if wife one day, what if girlfriend now?
Yeah, what if wife one day? Try to, like, to the best of your ability, look exactly like Sydney Sweeney is, I think, my biggest
Is that who you want your wife to be?
I didn't say me. I didn't say, that wasn't coming.
So why was that your go-to?
It wasn't my go-to.
I bet your Instagram Explore page would beg to differ.
Mondo, how many big blonde boobies are on your Instagram Explore page?
Let's go see.
Let's find out.
Brother, it's all my real life friends and a bunch of strange men.
That's Andrew.
That's
me.
Andrew.
Sammy.
That's Sammy.
And
That's
Eric.
Eric Bador. That's from 100% E.
Yeah.
some Bob's Burgers clips. I think that's Henry Zabrowski.
Yeah.
And then there's Orion's son right there. It's all just my real life friend.
Oh, that's so wholesome. Mine isn't. Mine is literally just all like aesthetic videos and then like brain itch videos. And then stuff like my landlord raised my rent by $150 and lost $9,000.
Andrew, what's your explore page filled with?
It is like the most random. It's a lot of art. It's a lot of painting shit. It's a lot of painting shit and then like workout stuff and a lot of like aesthetically good looking like homes. It looks like a dwell spread.
I have a lot of dwell spread. That's what it's called.
A lot of mid-century modern houses. Yeah, exactly.
There's not even any gay stuff on here. Am I even a lesbian?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll look unsure. Ask again later.
I'm gonna go check out that gag reflex thing.
All right, I've scrolled down, and this is the closest thing to anything sexy I have on my For You page.
All right.
Former boss Matt Holum. He's got hole in the name, dude. What do you mean that's not fucking
That's very funny.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Yeah, I think I truly feel like scrolling through somebody's For You page is such a great indicator of whether or not they're happy in their relationship.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because usually mine is like relationship advice stuff, but not like for a bad relationship, just like for keeping a good one good. It's always just like, hey, here's like how you can communicate. Here's how you can keep things fresh. Here's how you can not censor yourself in the relationship. And I'm like, oh, these are all really cool tips. Save. See, it's like, hey, I'm a dismissive avoidant person. How I have a relationship, that's good. And it's just a slideshow of how to not be a piece of shit.
Oh, that's sweet. They're putting us out of a job. No.
Oh, there's the titties.
No.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
That's the second slide in that slideshow.
Yeah.
How to have a good relationship. Slide tits.
Sydney Sweeney. Exactly. Look, I'm not crazy. I'm just saying. I do like the idea that like we are the last line of defense before your relationship is fucking dead in the water. All right, like all of these other people, that slideshow that you have on your explore page, that's like a doctor. All right, that's like a pediatrician that you go to for the like physical upkeep.
Yeah, that's just your annual physical.
We're the fucking EMTs sliding in. We reek like cigarettes. We've been up for 27 hours straight. And we're fucking trying to give CPR to your dying relationship for 20 hours.
Yeah, we're the EMTs that like had a friend's bachelor party last night. So we are in not great. We're like pulling up. We're using IV bags on ourselves.
Yeah, I was like
we're trying to
oxygen just to get our head clear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm cauterizing wounds with a blunt I'm smoking right now, dude.
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess our final advice really is just to wait. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah. Time.
Yeah.
Patience.
Time.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah, I guess this does sort of read like somebody who might be a little bit younger. That's one of the things that I've realized getting, oh my God, I'm almost out of my 20s. Oh God, I'm so old.
Andrew, any thoughts about that statement?
What's that? I have to get my giant ear horn to like my old timey ear horn today. What was that? I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking about the gold and them their hills. Sorry. Continue.
Sorry, I was seeing how early a Denny's opens.
Trick question. They never close. They're open 24. They're open 24 hours. What? I don't know that.
Oh my God, I'm setting my alarm to 4:30 even though I'm on vacation staying at a hotel. When you're younger, especially when you're somebody like me, every single time you find somebody that is attracted to you and does like spending time with you, your brain does this thing where you kind of go like, I'm never going to find this again. This is it. I've tricked one person into thinking this.
Yes.
It'll never happen again. I need to hold on for dear life so that this one person doesn't come to their senses before they realize that I'm a piece of shit. And age is realizing that you'll somehow trick more people into thinking you're good.
Yes. Yeah, that is wise counsel. Yes, you will soon realize, and I think that what as age increases, insecurity decreases. I think there's an inverse relationship to that. And I don't know exactly what the mechanism for that is. I think you just get, whether by hook or by crook, you get more just comfortable with who you are and know yourself better. And both the good things and the bad things. You just know yourself better because you spent so much time with yourself, and hopefully you get more comfortable with your thoughts and feelings. And with that comes more security. And when you're more secure, you don't worry if it's been 3 weeks and they haven't asked you if you want to be your girlfriend yet. You get a little bit more fucking chilled out, and you realize that, if this thing that you're really excited about or whatever, ends in heartbreak, you'll trick another person into liking you for a short amount of time. Yes.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
So easy.
It's so easy.
They have apps for
You just find whatever fucking book they're reading and you go, yeah, I read that too. It's pretty good, right?
But maybe not trying to sound so smug.
Yeah, I read the book in college, actually.
Yeah, you find whatever book they're reading and then you go watch the movie of it. And then you never try. The key though is you never get too into the details because you never know what they changed for the movie or the show.
It's like, that was written by Francis Ford Coppola. You can't use the director with the actual author of the book because you're a fraud. Anyway.
Look, here's the deal. I hate being sincere, and I'm so upset that I'm going to for a second. But the thing is you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who is forcing you to do all of the initiating. The initiating in terms of setting up dates, making things more serious, pitching any plan that isn't a hypothetical future plan months in advance or something we should go to French or whatever the fuck. You should be dating somebody that is actively as excited to spend time with you as you are with them. And part of that insecurity that comes with being a little bit younger is that idea that I need this person to like me, as opposed to realizing that what you need is to find someone just as excited to be in it as you are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, facts. The thing is, I think that congruity is to again get sincere. That congruity is really, really important, and the best way to I say foster that congruity in terms of expectations and intention and interest and stuff like that is to just be really honest and open and communicate about that kind of stuff. Because security and vulnerability threatening moment is over. You're already seeing this person. So you've gone through the whole do they like me? Are they going to kiss me? Am I going to kiss them? What's going to happen? All that bullshit's over. You guys have ostensibly, you know what I mean? All that kind of
the good part.
The good part, that fun nervousness. Now, you've been seeing each other. You're going on dates. You're making little plans for the future. So that nervousness is over. So hopefully now you're in that really honestly cool part of being able to just talk about what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and your thoughts and expectations and stuff like that. And as long as those lines of dialogue are open, you can again foster that congruity of how into each other you both are, and and because I would say the disproportionately being into one another, if one person is oh my god, let's get married, it's so and then the person's I'm just kind of casually dating, then that's headed for disaster.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you want to have that equilibrium and keep things, make sure both people are putting in effort and the equal amounts of effort, I would say.
They also have to consider that it hasn't been long enough for that to happen.
Yep. Correct.
So,
yes.
I just feel like you guys gave this really wonderful, heartfelt advice that this person should not follow because, again, they're only weeks into the scenario.
Yeah. We're
Everyone else listened to Armando and Andrew. That was beautiful. It was heartfelt. It was lovely. Not the writer. Not the
I know. We're literally writing you prescriptions for fucking osteoporosis medication.
Yeah,
and
please don't date someone that wants to lock you down after a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
not like that.
That's wild. Yeah, that's
not like that.
That's unhinged.
All right.
Jeez.
I hope that helps. I hope to God that helps. Our last question. I know I say this every week, but is probably my favorite question that we've ever gotten on the show before.
Let's go.
My grandmother passed away when I was a kid, and to make me feel better, my mom told me that Nana was always watching down from heaven. Flash forward to now, where every time I try to have sex, I can't get it up because I know that Nana is watching me from heaven. How can I stop thinking about my dead grandma in bed?
Okay. All right. Here, you want my honest answer? I'm going to give you the here's what you need to think about. If your grandmother is in heaven watching you fuck, she loves it. You know why? Because it's heaven, and there are no bad feelings in heaven. If it were, it wouldn't be heaven. She is in heaven, so psyched that you're getting that DS'd. She is so unbelievable. She is the fucking in the dog pound, rooting you on. She is pushing your ass and helping you spiritually.
When you thought you couldn't thrust again, she was there.
She was there.
And when there were 2 fingers in my ass, I knew it was you pushing me over the line.
That's crazy. I was gonna say put on a show. Make them proud.
This one's for you, Gam Gam.
God, put on a show is so real. Can we have Futurama on in the background while we do this real quick?
That way you're not thinking about your Nana.
Dong,
Jesus.
dong, 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 dong. Yeah. No, that's my answer. Yeah, it wouldn't be heaven if your grandma felt weird about you fucking. There are no bad feelings in heaven. If she's watching you from there, she's loving it.
Yeah, you can't do anything you don't want to do in heaven. So if you're getting watched, that means that Nana was nasty as when she was alive.
I think you guys are thinking about this from the perspective of like a good heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like a good heaven where people are the ones to be serviced by God.
Is there a bad heaven?
Oh yeah, there's like most of Catholicism and like I would believe a lot of the guilt ones. Where heaven is, first of all, for like Mormons, heaven is work. You got to run your own planet.
Yeah.
You become like Jesus of your own galaxy. I think.
I heard that's not the meta anymore.
Oh, did a new one drop?
Well, no, I think it was my girlfriend's Mormon, and I said that, and apparently it's been a misunderstanding.
I think there's different sects of it.
I do too. That's what I said. I said, nah, you must have been the wrong kind of Mormon. You're one of those fair weather Mormons.
You're one of them fucking coffee drinkers, I bet.
She loves coffee.
You're probably one of them Mormons that drinks and dances too.
Oh, she loves dancing. Oh my gosh, she's a terrible Mormon. She wouldn't get the planet anyway.
Yeah, you fucking footloose ass Mormon. Get the fuck out of here.
Your planet's being downgraded to a like celestial body. It's getting downgraded to a moon, a lesser moon.
That's what happened to Pluto. Is they actually checked the records and found out that they had been drinking coffee the whole time.
Yeah,
it's so goddamn cold out there.
Man, I'm thinking of like an old timey like Catholic heaven, right? Where like Nana looks down and is cursed with the knowledge that you're slanging mid dick. That she's looking down on you from heaven going, oh no, oh God, oh, and she's forced to know that it's happening.
Right. Yeah.
It's a curse. You're hurting Nana.
My grandson stepped to the plate and chose to bunt. He is really
mushing it in.
Really mushing it in. He's going in with 60%, which come on, you can't. Hoping it gets big, hoping it gets to like 75, 80 by the time you're like 3 pumps in.
Really quick, as a small tangent, assuming that going to heaven means that you have access to basically
omnipotence,
everything. Yeah, you have the knowledge of everything. What's the first question you're asking the essentially answer machine that is God?
The first question. Well, I need a VPN to access pornography, or do we? Is there a...
Yeah, see, that's the kind of shit that I worry about. Is like I want to access heaven with all of my earthly dumb scumbag desires. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want a cigarette that tastes like pizza when I smoke it. I don't want to get to heaven and it turns out I'm enlightened and now I don't need pornography because coming is dumb.
That would suck so bad. That's not my heaven.
No.
No. In the heaven, soda is actually good for you.
Yeah. I also have a heaven question.
Yeah.
They always say that. They're like, oh, they're looking down on you from heaven. What is the time limit on that? Like, do I got motherfuckers from the 1800s who I've never seen or met before who I just happen to be in their bloodline just watching me go on my day to day? Or do you have to have a direct knowledgeable, like, how far back are these ancestors peeping Tom in my life? Like,
also, do you have to be related to get access? Do you get like a familial, like family tree, like access badge?
yeah, like
Only-
what?
Hey, can you share your Andrew Plus account with me?
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on this week, and I want to catch up. Like that also is just like what if when you're fucking, Nana's going to go see what your brother's up to?
See, that's the thing where like I think it's omnipotence, where like she knows you're fucking the same way she knows that 20 feet outside there's a cricket also just getting it in.
Yeah.
Being dead sounds like it sucks.
Being dead sounds pretty awful. If I'm being real.
Well,
with you.
it's so funny. You know what's so funny is that so much of our so much of the modern, I would say American, but it really extends beyond America. But so much of American theology about the afterlife was completely born out of the Depression.
Yeah.
So you notice that a lot of modern popular understandings of heaven, it's always like, in heaven you'll have a giant big house where all your family will live together. It's like that was the promise they were making poor people during the Dust Bowl. It's like heaven is streets paved with cornbread and everyone has as much as they want to eat and lives in a big house with their entire family. Like it's all Depression era theology, which promises people things they didn't have.
You're just describing a savory Willy Wonka factory, honestly.
I mean, let's fucking go. Sign me up.
There's a river of gravy.
A little German boy drowned in. Like, heaven kind of sounds like work. Also, like, okay, here's the thing. If being in heaven is omnipotence that you can't turn off and you have to know everything all the time, I feel like most of the reasons I hate being alive is that I know too much. So if you're telling me I die and I have to know more, that's not heaven for me. That's not fun.
That's really interesting because I think what you're positing is having omnipotence means that the knowledge of everything existing all together, everything everywhere all at once, is going to make it so that your grandma doesn't fucking care that you're having sex.
She knows the sex that you will have, that you have had and always will have.
And always will have.
Having.
You're having sex and grandma doesn't care because she's up in heaven just being like, the Black Horseman! And you're like, what does that mean? What the fuck?
No, I mean, like, honestly, if I'm in heaven and I have access to everything everywhere all at once, I'm sorry, but my grandchild's sex life is the last channel I would even be interested in turning. It's like, I'm going to what happened at the Dyatlov Pass incident. I'm finding out what's going on. I'm getting down to the bottoms of like unknowable mysteries. Like that's where we're going.
If I'm going to heaven, it's just like a real comfy like bed or like a beanbag or something, and then a TV, and it only plays one show called Solved Mysteries. It just takes, I just get to, that's the if I'm getting the that's what I want, and that's how I want it presented.
And here's the thing, there's so many of them that it's not even like fun. It's not a well-produced show. It's a guy in a room and he's just going, DB Cooper died on impact.
Just listing it off. It's so unsatisfying.
Just listing DB Cooper died on impact. JFK shot himself. That one was
we didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Your AirPods, they were under the pillow. You just needed to check 25 more times.
You're on that beanbag watching that show, getting top, and then someone in another heaven above you is watching you get sucked off. It's just, it's suck off beanbags all the way down, folks.
Oh my God.
So
Jeez.
all this is to say, fucking sack up and stop. Turn on the lizard part of your animal brain that just goes, that just grunts. That's just like grunty and wants, to fulfill its biological imperative. Stop thinking about your grandma and just like, lay some elite pipe.
Get more into your partner.
Correct. Yeah. Honestly, correct. Get more into your partner.
Again, I'm just still caught up on the idea that like grandma's not going to care because grandma knows that the Greys are coming. You know what I mean? Like there's something like, do you remember which president is it? It was like Jimmy Carter was like, I'm going to read the file on UFOs and then I'm going to tell everyone what it was. And they read the file and then they were just like in a dead silence, refused to talk to anybody for weeks. And then was like, we can't let anyone know.
What?
Was that Trump or like Obama?
No, it was way before Trump.
Was it way before?
It was LBJ. LBJ with his giant fucking dick saw the
Huge
truth
hog.
about huge hog. Saw the truth about aliens.
By the way, I'm sorry that it seems like we've moved on to fucking LBJ, which stands for long blowjobs.
I think I made that joke last week.
Did you?
I think I said, which is Spanish for the BJ, the blowjob. I think I did make that joke.
I think we make a lot of LBJ jokes on this show.
It's just because we're in Texas.
Fair enough.
Oh my! Wait, did I talk about I went to Dallas and they had a sign up that said JFK was here?
That's so funny.
I was in Dallas, Texas, and we were driving around. And I was in my Uber, and I just looked. You know how like they'll have those like cities have those banners on like the light, like the street lights that have like. We're having a market. There's going to be a race. Welcome to Texas, whatever.
My favorite ones are the ones where it's like, this person's going to college. And you're like, okay.
Cool. Rich dad, I guess.
Good job, Michael.
Yeah. And we were turning and I clipped it out as we were turning, going away from it. I clipped it and it just said, JFK was here, and it said something below it, and I could not read the rest, and all that has stuck with me is JFK was here.
JFK was here, second line, and he never left.
Yeah.
And there.
Yeah. JFK was here and slept here the last night of sleep he ever got here.
On his mattress. Oh God!
No, I'm bleeping it out. They don't get it.
No free advertising.
I got one behind me on my bed frame.
No,
which is also getting bleeped out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fuck on my mattress that is supported by a bed frame with my condoms.
Hey, listen, I would love to get that sponsorship. That beep sponsorship, because man,
God,
life changing stuff.
It really was.
Yeah. By the way, I looked it up. Jimmy Carter said if he became president, he would release all government UFO information to the public because he apparently had a UFO sighting of his own. But once elected, he decided not to due to quote unquote national security concerns. He also apparently became incredibly distraught after reading the file.
That's genuinely upsetting.
Yeah, and the lore is probably like, oh, we know more about aliens than we thought we did. Oh, but I guarantee you that the reality is that it just turns out we had killing machines unlike any peanut farmer could have ever conceived of.
Probably.
Correct. Well,
yeah.
And also a deeply religious peanut farmer who talked like this. He had a southern kind of Kermit the Frog voice.
So fucking lucky we didn't have SNL back there. Jimmy Carter, you dumb bitch.
But he probably saw in that photo was something that probably like kind of blows up like the theory of like, intelligent life elsewhere in the galaxy, which then kind of in turn crumbles a lot of like his deeply held religious beliefs. And so it was probably pretty earth-shattering for a man of faith to be confronted with that. That's probably why he got quiet, because it's like, we've super had like fleeting contact with extraterrestrial life, and that was a little bit too much for his little peanut farmer brain to handle.
Brother, I truly don't think that's what it is. I think Jimmy Carter was like, okay, let's see what the UFO file is, and they were like, in 20 years you'll be able to bomb a village. You won't even need to see it. You can press this button and they're gone. Hundreds of lives evaporated into thin air, Jimmy. Jimmy, they're gone. And you can do it from your office, Jimmy. And he just went, I didn't. Oh, no. I'm going to go build homes to feel better about this.
Yeah. Like, Jimmy, you not only will you have to not get up from your desk, no human beings involved, not one boot on the ground. This thing is flown by a drone. What's that? Well, it's like a little RC helicopter, only it carries intensely destructive ordinances on them.
Jimmy, I have on my phone, by the way, phones are this small in 20 years.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I have on my phone a map. All of those red dots, Middle Eastern weddings. Say the fucking word, Jimmy.
Oh, no. I better build some sort of habitat for humanity.
Jesus Christ.
What was the fucking question? Oh, yeah, Grandma keeps looking at me while I fuck.
Yeah.
Grandma's too busy watching the drone strike. She's not looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I truly think that Grandma is just fucking absolutely the hollowed shell of a person cursed with the knowledge of humanity's actions throughout time and in the future of time. And is just catatonic, unable to notice your fucking little schlong going anywhere.
Correct. Yeah. In the vast ocean of time, your Beepus laying absolutely mediocre pipe is but a grain of sand on a planet in the universe.
God. All right. Well, we've had a lot of strange questions this week, but if you'd like to submit your own to have this help, you can send us a DM on Instagram at midnightsnack.tv. You can also send us an email to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. And hey, if you want to follow me on the social media, I'm very easy to find. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Go ahead and find me. Andrew, where can people find you?
Folks, you can find me on the blowjob bing bag watching solved mysteries. And if I'm not there, I'm definitely on Instagram. andrewrosas.ig is where I post most of my stuff. Most of the content I create is there. Yeah, that's me.
Really quick, I want I want solved mysteries to be the thing I have on the side while I'm having sex from now on. No more Futurama, no more The Office. Yeah, you're just doing your work and then you look up every so often and it's like Wilt Chamberlain actually had the best sex, the number one sex of all time.
You look up, oh, so that's what happened to the Malaysian plane, and then you keep fighting. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Stupid. You can find me on all platforms that allow underscores at the _indoor kid. And if they don't have that, then just take out the underscore.
Yeah, there you go. And I hope you're enjoying this new weekly schedule because it's fucking a job now.
Uh-oh.
But we enjoy making this show for you. We've got more content coming out soon. And stay tuned because we will be launching a Patreon shortly that'll include some bonus content.
Woo! Yeah, so in the meantime, before that launches, do us a huge favor. Go to your favorite podcast platform, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you listen to this show. Give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
Give us a good review. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, still give us a 5-star review. Yeah. I know that would require the, Svengali-like powers of persuasion on my part. You'd have to be thoroughly in my thrall to agree to that. But please do go give it a 5-star.
Yeah. Just as importantly, please share with your friends. Tell people about it.
Oh my gosh!
Word of mouth. We don't have a marketing budget. We don't have a sales team. I'm begging you, please just tell people to come listen. Just check out one episode, preferably last week's episode. I think that was our best one.
We just finished
really
this
good.
one, you fucking asshole.
I know.
Yeah,
I know,
like.
yeah.
I like the last one more.
It was pretty
Look,
good.
at least we're honest.
Pretty good.
And the best part is you don't even mean last week's, you mean 2 weeks ago, because
2 weeks ago, yeah.
3.
Yeah,
You know what?
Episode 3, one for the books.
We'll start reading out
Yep.
5-star reviews. This one comes to us from Ursula.s, and it says, I love these two. That is all.
Fuck! Who is these two? Oh no! The schism that divided. Oh no!
And I'm one of your two, Armando Torres.
And I'm definitely the left out third being cooked in the bushes watching.
And that reviewer hates women because it was absolutely you guys. Jesus.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.